Okay. Okay, I don't know. I keep forgetting it. Welcome everyone to the October 30th meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety. The first item on our agenda is the approval of minutes from the October 9th and October 16th meetings. Questions, comments, or motion from the board?
Motion, we accept the approval of the minutes from October 9 and October 16.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That passes. The next item is the approval of the agenda, and we had a couple walk-in items. So we have a request from the legal department, and we also have a request from IDART Creative Studio for downtown, or maybe that's related to item number 2. Okay, never mind. We just have the one additional item from the legal department. Is there a motion to add that item to the end of our legal department presentation section and approve the amended agenda?
Amended agenda as
Proposed. Okay.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
That passes unanimously. First item is bid opportunities for contractors for the downtown vault closure. Is there anybody here who wants to submit a bid who hasn't already? All right, we'll go ahead and open.
Yep.
Did you ask if there were additional bids?
I did.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, this is from Yaw Construction. At a cost, total project cost $274,500. Questions, comments, or a motion?
a motion that we accept the bids to be turned over to the engineering department for further review.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
And that passes unanimously as well. Next, we have a request from Downtown Goshen, Inc. Amanda, come on down.
Hi there, Amanda Rose with IDART Creative Studio in downtown Goshen, Inc. Requesting the approval of some changes to our light parade map and street closures for November 7th. Would you like me to read through everything that's there? I can. It's just lengthy. What?
The broad strokes is fine.
The biggest change is going to be the addition of a half block to East Washington. So that'll be East Washington from 5th to Main from 2 to 10, closed with no parking. And then as well as a change to our staging areas. So that will be behind, sorry, looking for the addresses here, behind 215 East Lincoln and behind
Yoder Ainley.
Yoder Ainley. Yes, thank you. And that will be from 3:30 to, from 3 to 9 p.m.
Okay. Questions, comments, or a motion?
Motion, we accept and approve the updated request, the street closures for the November 7th light parade.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. How many floats do we have or entries?
32.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Rare form today. That passes unanimously. Congratulations.
Are you dressing up as a pirate tomorrow for Halloween?
I will.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Next, we have a request from Cornerstone Financial.
Hi there. My name is Amy. I am a CPA at Cornerstone Financial Solutions. Cornerstone has been on the corner of Lincoln and Main since 2002 or 2003. I purchased the firm about 4 years ago, and we've updated our logo and are redoing our awning with the new logo on it. That's already in process, and in going through that process, the landlord and I decided that we should probably repaint the building too, because I was going to repaint the trim as well. So we're keeping it the same color that it is now. It's going to maintain its historical colors. We're going to repaint the trim in white and black, and then it's going to have a new black awning on it. But since the building is so tall, we need to close the sidewalk on both Main and Lincoln in order to paint the whole building, because the building goes around to 108 East Lincoln as well as 104 South Main on Main Street. We're hoping to start on Monday with power washing and the painting up high, have that done in hopefully 3 days, weather permitting. And then the front first level trim and other stuff will be done later on that week. Overall, we don't expect it to take longer than 5 days if everything goes as planned. As I understand, the sidewalk will have to be closed with signs, and they're going to have to do an alternative crosswalk for Lincoln Avenue. And so I'm requesting approval for that.
Okay. And I think in your original request, you'd requested to go through First Fridays, but you talked to staff about
Yes,
that. You
we've
worked
talked about that.
Okay.
We're going to make sure that it is not,
Okay.
it's not going to start tomorrow during the Halloween things on Main Street, and it won't, and we will take it, if we have to, worst case scenario, we'll take the scaffolding down and everything on First Friday and put it back up on the next Monday if it goes that long.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Any staff feedback or requests?
Brad Minnick, Goshen Engineering Department. I had discussed the schedule with Amy as well and appreciate the cooperation. So we want the sidewalk to be completely clear by Thursday night.
Yep.
That way there's no impacts. And then you can reassemble the scaffolding and so forth Monday, the 7th, Monday, the 10th, if need be. Yep.
Yeah. So is it all right if this is
It would be best to move it every night. That's a substantial hazard.
okay?
So appreciate that.
Just need to tell my painter that. That's fine. Thank you.
And is your painter bringing the barricades, or have you
No, we were hoping
negotiated
that
that
the city
with?
would provide
Okay.
those. Yeah. And you don't want me painting on the crosswalk, so.
So David's the street commissioner who would have all the barricades. Have you spoken already? Okay.
No, and with the Clinton parking lot still closed, I'm not sure I have the barricades to cover this
Okay.
and a sidewalk detour.
When will that project?
Mid-November.
Okay. So we'd need to find alternate barricades.
There's a company called High Star Traffic. I believe they can rent barricades and
Okay.
signage from them.
Yeah. Okay. So we could approve your request on the condition that you're able to get rent barricades from someone else.
I will have to look into that because I have not. I was assuming they'd be available.
Yes. Well, normally that would be the case. Normally it would not be a big deal, but there's a lot going on right now. So any other questions, comments, or emotion from the board?
What level of
barricading. This is typically when we provided those, and we provide what we expect to see. Is
Mhm.
there a list or something so that what she needs to get?
Yes, I had shared the standard detail with her for the sidewalk closure. I apologize, that's not necessarily in your packet, but I can also put her in contact with a couple of traffic control firms to make it easier to potentially rent those.
Okay. Are we prepared for a motion? I know.
The plan is to be done with the top part of the building in 3 days.
Mhm. Okay. We have a motion? My suggestion was a motion to approve on the condition that she's able to rent the barricades as recommended by the engineering department.
And if I can't, then what?
Then you would have to pause and return at another date. We'd
Okay.
have to work out another date.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So,
Make a motion that we'll accept for the closure of the Main Street, they're painting on the condition that they get barricades to secure the area. Back to Susan again.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Any additional questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. And that passes unanimously. Good luck, Amy. I hope we can get it all sorted quickly. You're welcome to stay or you can leave at any time. Yes. Next, gotta scroll back. It's a long, there we go. Dyson and Son request.
Good afternoon. I'm Bruce Dykeson from Dykeson and Sons Builders. We'd like to close off the south side of the new parking lot Q to do work on what's known as the Democrat Building.
Okay. I think we had some staff comments and feedback on this request as well.
Brad Minnick again. Just a quick recap of the conversation I had with Mr. Dykeson. That the Goshen Engineering supports the placement of a dumpster in the right of way under the following conditions. The newly paved parking lot was not designed to support parking lot Q, but not designed to support a roll-off dumpster in its service truck. As such, the department recommends placement of the dumpster on Main Street in front of the Democrat Building. Additionally, as a safety precaution, the two corners of the dumpster closest to the travel lane on Main Street shall be delineated by lighted or retroreflective Indiana MUTCD channelizing devices or equal reflective sheeting material. In short, we want to identify the dumpster for the traveling public with a reflective material. In no case shall the dumpster be an obstruction to the vision of vehicular traffic. Shall be understood the dumpster will need to be removed if it becomes a traffic and or safety hazard. Dumpster shall not be placed on the curb or sidewalk. Because the road surface is asphalt and because of the requested duration, the dumpster shall be placed on wood blocking or sheeting, again, to protect the street. The waste hauler must provide proof of insurance to the City of Goshen Engineering Department. Copy of the waste hauler's insurance policy can be emailed to engineering@goshencity.com. So we also had discussion about protection of the newly installed parking lot. So we want to protect our investment and still offer a safe working surface for the construction adjacent. So
Thank you. And you're good with that? Okay. Did you get all that for the motion?
Noticed that you're needing barricades too, so maybe he
Hmm.
Our project won't be starting till the parking lot's finished.
Mm,
So those barricades could just be moved in front of these parking spots,
Good catch.
Would be
there,
my-
Barb.
if
All
that's okay with the city. I'm speaking for the city, so that would be my assumption.
Does the street department have another already designation for those? Or would they potentially be available?
I will have barricades available for whatever you guys approve here.
Thank you, David. All right. Board, are we ready for a motion? Okay.
Motion, we approve the partial closure of putting a dumpster on Main Street, not on a newly asphalt parking lot. And that the area must be secured with proper signage and for safety purposes. Should be on blocks so it does not damage the streets.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. And that passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next, we have 5 or 6 requests from the legal department.
Yeah, the first one, the Board of Public Works and Safety previously approved City of Goshen Fire Department policies developed in coordination with Lexipol LLC. Fire Department and Lexipol staff identified a certain new policy deemed appropriate due to legislative or other changed circumstances. Provided in the packet is Resolution 2025-28, which includes a new policy relative to mobile integrated health. The board approves Resolution 2025-28. The policy will be inserted in the policy manual in its final form.
Thank you. Questions or comments from the board? Ready for a motion? Okay.
I move to approve Resolution 2025-28, approving new City of Goshen Fire Department policy effective upon passage.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. That passes unanimously. Back to the legal department.
Next, the Board of Public Works and Safety approved City of Goshen Police Department policies developed in coordination with Lexipol LLC. Police Department and Lexipol staff identified certain revisions to existing policies deemed appropriate due to legislative or other changed circumstances. Attached to Resolution 2025-29 are redline existing policies to show the revisions suggested. If the board approves Resolution 2025-29, the red lines will be removed and the policies will be inserted into the policy manual in its final form.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or motion from the board?
Motion to approve Resolution 2025-29, approving revised City of Goshen Police Department policies and repealing certain policies effective November 6th, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional questions or comments from the audience?
Good afternoon. I'm Linda Gerber, Goshen City Council at large. Members of the Board of Works, thank you for your service to the community. As one of the city council members and liaisons to the board, I truly appreciate the work that you do and the thoughtfulness that you bring to your decisions week in and week out. While I understand that you're being asked to pass required updates, as an elected official, I want to share my concerns about the language being added as a result of Public Law 121, which is legislation that was passed by the state this last spring with the support of our local state representatives. This law does not reflect what is just or what is good policy for Goshen. Members of the immigrant community, our mayor's office, local businesses, and other stakeholders tried to make their voices heard to lawmakers, but the law was passed without real consideration of their input. The state mandated legislation creates uncertainty and insecurity, is very difficult to administer, and it runs counter to the values that define our community. So while we will comply with the law, I want to be clear, it does not reflect the spirit or priorities of Goshen. We can follow the law and still stand firmly for justice, compassion, and a community where everyone belongs. I want to thank Mayor Lichty, Police Chief Miller, and City Attorney Stegelman for taking the time to meet with me and discuss this issue thoughtfully. I deeply appreciate your willingness to listen and your ongoing commitment to serving our community with care.
Thank you very much. Any additional questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And that passes. Back to the legal department.
The Board of Public Works and Safety previously approved City of Goshen Police Department policies developed in coordination with Lexipol. Police Department and Lexipol staff identified revisions to a certain policy deemed appropriate due to legislative or other changes. Attached to Resolution 2025-30, which is provided in the packet, you'll see revised policy 307, vehicle pursuits. If the board approves Resolution 2025-30, the revised policy 307, vehicle pursuits, will be inserted into the policy manual, replacing the current vehicle pursuits policy. The reason this one is treated separately from the others is there were substantial changes, and discussing it with police staff, we thought it'd be better to be presented separately if these questions.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or a motion?
Motion that we approve Resolution 2025-30, approving our revised City of Goshen Police Department policy and repealing a certain policy effective November 6, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional questions or comments from anybody in the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and that passes unanimously. Back to you, buddy. I think. Are you? Welcome.
We're requesting the board to accept the easement for Goshen City utility purposes granted to the city by Wesley Nisley and Rhonda Hirschberger as joint tenants with rights of survivorship, and authorize Mayor Lichty to execute the acceptance. This easement is for extension of utilities along County Road 31 south of College Avenue.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or a motion?
Motion to accept the easement for Goshen City utility purposes at 64205 County Road 31 from Wesley Isley and Rhonda Hirschberger, and authorize the mayor to execute the acceptance.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. And that passes unanimously. Then we have the additional legal department request from Christina Bonham.
One.
Oh, did I skip?
So it's recommended that the board approve and authorize Fred Schaefer, technology coordinator, to execute 5 renewal or upgrade Comcast contracts for 5 separate locations within the city. These renewal or upgrade contracts extend the current Comcast contracts for the 5 locations. It'll be for an additional 24 months. Service will be at higher speeds with lower prices.
Thank you. Maddie should be the authorizer of those requests. Can we make an amendment to that?
For the executing.
Mhm.
I think they provided the contracts
To,
to
okay,
Fred with Fred's name on them.
we'll proceed. We'll get it fixed for next round. All right. Questions, comments, or a motion?
Motion to approve and authorize Fred Schaefer, Technology Coordinator, to execute the attached 5 renewal upgrade Comcast contracts.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. And that passes unanimously. Back to the legal department.
Yes, it is recommended that the board approve and authorize Mayor Lichty to execute an agreement with Custom Paint and Finish LLC for painting the Goshen City Court and clerk's offices in the historic county courthouse. Work is more particularly described in Exhibit A to the contract. The total cost for painting will be $17,275. Contractor shall complete all duties by December 1, 2025.
Okay. Questions, comments, or motion?
Motion to approve and authorize Mayor Lichty to execute the attached agreement with Custom Paint and Finish LLC for painting of Goshen City Court and clerk's offices in the historical county courthouse, which is more particularly described in exhibits attached to the agreement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional questions from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. And that passes unanimously. Engineering department.
Board, you should have before you for your consideration the annual agreement with MACOG to supply the city of Goshen with traffic counts at locations listed in the agreement. MACOG will also complete 2 intersection analysis of our choice, which will include collecting traffic counts at the intersection, turn movements, signal timing data, digital photography, accident data, GPS data, and a geometric layout of the intersection. Engineering is still determining which intersections we will ask to be done. The agreement is in the amount of $2,000.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or a motion?
Motion to approve the agreement with MACOG for $2,000 for the annual traffic counts.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Finally, we have a request from the Stormwater Department.
Good afternoon, Dustin Saylor, Director of Public Works and Utilities. So this is the post-construction stormwater management plan for Northern Indiana Public Service Company, Elkhart River Subdistrict, job number 2023-2033. This is the development of the Indiana Public Service Company, Elkhart River Substation. It affected 1 or more acres of land at 1915 Hemlock Court. The submission is sufficient for the post-construction stormwater management plan and is compliant with ordinance 5228. The Stormwater Department requests the Board of Public Works and Safety accept the post-construction stormwater management plan.
You need to add a disclaimer. So like, we always have a disclaimer that we're not responsible for its ultimate.
That is a drainage plan,
Okay,
and this is a post-construction.
gotcha. Okay. Questions, comments, or a motion?
Motion to accept the post-construction stormwater management plan for Northern Indiana Public Service Company, Elkhart River Substation, as it's been found to meet the requirements of City 5228.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments from the audience? Hearing none, we'll move back to the board for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. And that passes unanimously. That brings us to privilege of the floor. Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to speak to the board with anything that is not on today's agenda? Okay, seeing no one, I move that we approve civil, city, and utility claims and adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
About